It's Jordan from Rap Skeptic, and this is my review of Young Thug's Punk. Never really before would I have called myself a Young Thug fan. I've always seen him as one of the more innovative and interesting voices in hip-hop, but I've never been into him the same way I have Kanye, Juice, or Uzi, or some of those other people. I have enjoyed his work like Slime Language 2 or his feature on Post Malone's Goodbyes. I also enjoyed one-off songs like some from the So Much Fun album, and Bad Boy with Juice WRLD. With this new project, I get the feeling that Thug is trying to push a more singer-songwriter direction, or take on his original sound. He still has some songs with that classic Young Thug sound, but he also blends it with an acoustic sound. The first 6 songs have that more singer-songwriter feeling. Unfortunately, we lose that though when we get to the song with Juice. We do go back to that same singer-songwriter direction after, but that's the point where we start to drift from the original artistic vision you think that we'll get from the start of the album. Throughout the album, we have a few others like this, including Scoliosis and Bubbly. I don't necessarily think these ruin the album's theme or sound, however, other than the Juice one, but I do wonder if swapping Yeah 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 and Ensure My Wrist would help transition these into the track list better. I love the first 6 songs and the direction they take, and I feel like they transition into living it up really well. Of course, this is other than that one Juice song which was an awkward moment that could have been avoided, but oh well. Die Slow is a perfect intro in my opinion. Has some of the most honest and genuine lyrics I've ever heard from Thug, talking about personal struggles, family drama, and racial issues. Unfortunately, I think that the back half of the album drops in quality a lot with only a few gems here and there, which makes me wonder if the 20 songs was really necessary. Dropping some of those last tracks may have been better for the album as a whole. Standout tracks for me included Die Slow with its deeper lyrical themes, as I already touched on, also Stupid/Asking, as I felt it had a clear artistic vision and had a really nice expansion on the singer-songwriter sound that he was introducing here. I also think that the beat switch worked really well here, didn't feel really thrown together, felt well executed and well thought out. Recognize Real had the same sound, great contribution from Gunna, which is really smooth, and it was all around just another one of those good singer-songwriter tracks. Peeping Out the Window was a little more typical, but despite this I felt it was well produced, had nice catchy vocals, and the features didn't disappoint. Living It Up was the hit single made for the radio, but despite this I felt it stayed true to the album's sound. It was just more basic and polished for wider reception, which I don't think is inherently a bad thing or inherently wrong, especially being only one song in this 20-song album, but I do think that did hold the track back a little bit. Ensure My Wrist wasn't one of the best tracks, but both Gunna and Thug delivered pretty good, and the beat was phenomenal, so all round it was pretty decent. Faces has some almost Kanye type synth layers to the beat, which I thought were awesome. Thug has some of my favorite vocals on the song, and despite not really being acoustic singer-songwriter, it matches the energy and doesn't sound out of place on this album. Love You More feels like a hidden bit of treasure on the back end of this project. Thug delivers some really good vocals, Nate has a catchy and memorable hook, although I still feel like Thug steals the show with his amazing performance on the second half of the track. I loved Hate the Game, which almost had a country tone to it, or at least a singer-songwriter vibe. I almost wish Post Malone had been part of this song, as I feel like he would fit, and from a marketing perspective, this song could do a lot better numbers-wise. Of course, Thug does great on his own, I just feel like this track's a little underrated. Next are tracks I thought they were alright. First off, Stressed. It was pretty decent, it just had a weird layout and I felt like T-Shine stole the show. J. Cole felt out of place on the song in my opinion, and Thug was a little mediocre. Rich Fellowship with Juice, I liked, but like I said before, I don't think it fit on this album like at all. It should have just been a single like Bad Boy was, or saved for a Juice album or something. Contagious was decent but felt a little too forgettable, and other songs like Ensure My Wrist did the same thing in my opinion but better. Dropping Jewels wasn't necessary, didn't add too much to the album, and I don't think it would be missed. Fifth Day will probably be added to one of my playlists, but like the last two, didn't really add much to the soundscape, lyrics, or narrative or theme of the album. Yeah 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 wasn't bad, but had the same issues as the songs I just mentioned before. Next will be the tracks I disliked. Bubbly felt awkward to me. Travis was too monotone, and that was probably the worst Travis feature I'd heard probably ever. And the siren was just annoying, should have been EQ'd or turned down or played less frequently. And I'm not sure what the point of having Drake was if they had to add a beat switch that feels out of place just to add him on the song, which is a shame because I enjoyed Thug's bit on the song quite a lot. Road Rage was way too forgettable for me and felt a little too uninspired. Plus the mix was weird with the hi-hats having a brokeny bit crush sound on them when they did their rolls, which was probably something to do with either them layering up or cutting off as soon as the next one started in the rolls where they were really close together. Also, I found that the 808 sounded muddy for some reason, or they were just too low and they didn't seem to hit right. Icy Hot was probably the worst song in the album in my opinion. It's catchy but only in the annoying way, and the high layers on the chorus vocals were just obnoxious. Doja Cat was alright, but I feel like she would have shined better on a song like Faces. That was actually good to start with. Finally, Day Before felt like a fan mashup of two random songs that happened to be in the same tempo and key. Mac and Thug didn't feel right together in this context. Like the Drake feature at the end of Bubbly, it was just weird and a shame to use the Mac vocals like that, especially in context of Mac passing. Overall, I liked the direction the album was going, pushing a new sound which was a bit risky, but overall worked really well. And I think that the highs of the album was worth the bloated track list. I just wish it stayed a little more true to the sound, as some of the tracks felt too safe. I also wish the track list wasn't as bloated and some of the alright and tracks I disliked could have been removed. But overall, it is a good album I'll definitely come back to, and hopefully will push Thug to keep experimenting with the sound. I'm gonna score this album a 7. Let me know if you agree or disagree, or agreed with some points or disagreed with some points. I'm keen to hear what you think. If you want to see some other videos, hopefully other reviews will be up by then, so peace.